Hi, I'm Jay, and today I'm going to talk about the Honeywell electronic air cleaner. You'll find it attached to your furnace. We have a demonstration unit here so that we have a furnace, an air cleaner, and ductwork attached to it. Normal maintenance on the electronic air cleaner consists of taking out the collector cells and the pre-filters and washing them. We prefer you do it on a monthly basis. Some people like to do it every 6 months, some people every 3 months. The more often you clean your collector cells and pre-filters, the cleaner will keep the air in your home. Now we're going to take it apart so that we can wash the collector cells. After turning off the power to the furnace, we're going to turn off the air cleaner and remove the cells. Now we've turned off the air cleaner. Pop the door. Remove the cells. Most Honeywell electronic air cleaners have 2 cells. It is easy to miss the second cell if it's dark in your basement and it's deep inside the unit. But make sure you get both cells out as well as the pre-filters. Okay, so now we have the pre-filters out. There are 2 of them, one for each cell. They're about the size of the cell, except they're a lot thinner. This particular model happens to have post filters, so we're going to remove those as well. Now, post filters are an available option for most modern Honeywell electronic air cleaners. They are not to be washed in water, but you can clean them using a vacuum cleaner with a fuzzy brush on the end. Now we're going to take everything to the tub and wash it. You can put the collector cells and the pre-filter in a dishwasher. I prefer not to do it that way, but it still can be done. But we're going to show you the old-fashioned way of doing it in a laundry sink. Start by corking the sink. Now you're going to want to fill the sink with warm water. While the sink is filling with warm water, pour approximately 1/3 of a cup of electric dishwasher detergent into the water. The brand is unimportant, but as long as it's electric dishwasher detergent, it will do fine. After you add the soap to the water, put your hand into the water and stir it up until the soap is dissolved. Now it's time to insert the collector cells into the sink. We're going to set this one in first. One cell on top of the other. The last thing we're going to insert are the pre-filters since they're very delicate. Okay, one cell at a time. First cell. Second cell. And now the pre-filters. Set them on top since they're very delicate. Let everything soak for about an hour. After you've let everything soak for an hour or so, remove everything. Now we're going to take it outside for rinsing. Now it's time to thoroughly rinse both collector cells and pre-filters. We've taken them outside because it's just a lot easier to do it this way. We're going to use the garden hose, and when we rinse off the collector cells, we can be fairly aggressive. We don't want to use a power washer on them, but we can be fairly aggressive on them. When it comes time to rinse off the pre-filters, we need to rinse them off like we're watering roses. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay, that's fine for that collector cell. Do the same thing to the second one. Now let's go on to a pre-filter. as I stated earlier, the pre-filters are very delicate, so we need to be very careful when we rinse them off. And that's it. Just let everything drip dry for about an hour before inserting it back inside of your air cleaner. Post filters cannot be washed in water. They can only be vacuumed off. So we have a fuzzy brush head here and a vacuum cleaner. We're going to turn this on and vacuum these off. You can do this once a month. Once these things are 6 months to 12 months old, you have to throw them away. So here we go. Now, turn it over, do the other side, and then this one's done, then you can do the second one. And that's it for maintenance on these. After letting the components drip dry for a couple of hours, it's time to put them back in. At this point, make sure you turn the power to the furnace back off and turn off the power to the air cleaner. Now let's remove the door. This is the return air ductwork, the air cleaner cabinet, and the furnace. Now, you'll notice there are 3 slots inside of the air cleaner cabinet. This one is for the pre-filter. The air goes through this first on the way back to the furnace. This one is always for the collector cell. And this one is for a post filter. This particular model happens to have post filters. If your unit does not, you don't put anything in this slot. Now, you'll notice there's a button inside here, inside the air cleaner cabinet in the center. That little button is in order to stop you from putting in the collector cells backwards. Now, again, this particular model happens to have post filters, so we're going to put those in first. Now, the post filters, as well as the pre-filters, there is no arrow, so there's no front or back. What is important is that they go in the correct slots. This is the furnace, and the air in the system flows through the return air ductwork, down, turns, goes through the air cleaner, and into the furnace. The air is to pass through the pre-filters first, then through the collector cells, which go in the middle, and lastly, through the post filters. So, we're going to put the post filters in first. The way you put these in is not important. You could put anything in first. We're just having to do it this way. Okay, now we're going to put the pre-filters in. Again, there's no direction to these. Now the collector cells. The collector cells are directional. You'll notice an arrow cut into the end of it. The arrow points towards the furnace. Again, there's the arrow, and it's going to point towards the furnace. There, it's all together. What is important is, like I said, that the arrow point towards the furnace. The arrow is the direction of airflow. Again, the air comes down the return air ductwork, passes through the air cleaner, and then goes into the furnace to get heated or cooled and redistributed throughout your home. Now the door's back on. We're going to turn the air cleaner on and turn the power back onto the furnace. And that's it. Now, if the collector cells are still damp, the unit will not function properly for about another 24 hours, maybe less, depending upon how much air passes through the cells to dry them. They will work correctly when they are bone dry. They must be 100% completely dry before the air cleaner will actually function properly. It may make a little snapping noise periodically when it first starts up. If that bothers you, you can turn the air cleaner off, leave it off until the next day, and then come back down to the basement and turn the air cleaner back on. Thanks for watching. For additional help or questions, feel free to contact us.